Hi, I'm Nikki,
Hi, I'm Kat.
and we are Cat and Mouse Astrology. Welcome to the new moon in Pisces.
Yes.
Got a watery new moon.
Saturn and Neptune hanging out with it.
Yeah, maybe trying to put some structure to this.
Maybe dreamy structures. I don't know how that works.
I'm not
Got
sure.
to
It
though. That's the creative process. You gotta
makes me feel
imagine
like,
it before you can
sorry,
build it. You gotta
say again.
imagine it before you can build it.
Yeah, exactly. It sort of feels to me like, like water aerobics or something,
Oh,
you know? And I also think of, I don't know, I always picture those when I think of Saturn in Pisces, I think of those old-fashioned synchronized swimmers.
yes. I wish I could do that. That'd be fun. Last year I
Oh, yeah.
got like the bonnet so that my hair wouldn't get wet every time I went swimming, and it didn't work, but I would totally
I
want
would,
to be one of those synchronized swimmers.
yeah, because there's something really beautiful about that kind of water structure,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So it's sort of and there's a submarine type of aspect with it, right?
Okay, I can
Something
see
that,
that. Like a
yeah, something,
technological aspect.
yeah, yeah. Some way in which we're taking that structure, down.
Yeah. Something deep, deep,
Something.
dark things.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm kind of looking forward to Saturn coming out of this water sign, but we've got 2 more years. We're just starting the second year.
Good, because I kind of needed to be here for a while. I've got some 12th house things going on.
So you're working your Saturn.
Yeah.
How are
Yeah.
you using it? How are you using Saturn? I think that's one of the most important skills we can develop.
Well, I'll just reflect on today since it's the new moon and um how you just kind of got to go with the right timing because you're going with the flow and you just let the plans and the structures like dreamily flow into their own place and then you catch them at some point and make them into something, but it might not be quite what you were figuring because it wasn't solid in the first place. So you just develop the thing as it comes.
That really makes me think of a fishing analogy.
Yeah, say more.
Well, because when you fish, you must be structured. You
How
have to
so?
have your line, you have to have your hook, you
You're
have to
probably
know,
paying attention to the water and the
right, you have
banks
to know
and
which,
stuff.
yeah, which way the water's flowing and,
Yeah.
where you don't want to get hung up in the, weeds. There's structure to it, but at the same time, when you throw your line in, you don't really know exactly where most people, unless you're really a skilled fly fisherman, you don't really know exactly where that line's going to land or what you're going to hit or if
Yeah.
something's going to eat or, grab it, you'll be able to pull
Never
something
know
out.
it's gonna grab it. There are scary things in the dark, deep places.
Yeah. And it could be just what you want. You could go fishing and get what you want in this water.
Well, and I'm also trying to say that you might think you know what you want and you end up with something that's not quite what you were imagining, and that's just great too.
That's right, Neptune.
Yeah.
Neptune. Neptune is going to give us a little bit of, we don't really know what is going on here.
Right? Don't
Yeah.
you know?
It was interesting. We had a comment last video about wanting us to give more of the structure up front.
Uh,
And I really wanted to do that. And I realized that we are also impacted by the astrology we teach.
oh,
And one
for
of
sure.
those impacts is being in this deep dive with in this water sign right now. And as you say, we've got Mercury, right up there with Neptune. Let's take a look at it. That
Yeah,
makes it
Mercury
very
was
hard
right
to
up there with
structure the
Neptune.
speech, right? Uh, I'm not sure if I could give a good summary this time. This might be one of those ones that's more of a meditation.
Well, and I'm never going to start with a summary all that much, you know, like this is a meaning making exercise and that takes time.
Right. A
Yeah.
meaning making exercise, because we're looking at the ways in which you can apply these symbols to your own life.
Right.
And there's more than one symbol,
Right.
right? And that's where it gets kind of rich. And that's where I look at it as a meditation, because often there's one or two that really impact one person because of where it's placed in a certain house, or maybe you're ruled by that planet.
Right.
And so
Right.
when something's going on with it, that gives you, something to ponder. So we'll take a look at what we have to ponder here in the watery deep. I'm going to share my screen. Here it
Pawns.
is. Get some stuff out of the way.
That's a lot going on in Pisces.
It's a lot. Oops. Can you see my bottom line, or do you just see
Well, like I
the?
can't see Cancer, you know,
Okay, well, that's probably okay then.
Cancer and Gemini. There you go. That's great.
There
Great.
we go. There we have a nice even part of it. So look, we have, the lovers are separating, but they're both still in Aquarius. They're
Right.
still conjoined by sign. We have Saturn, Sun, Moon, Neptune, and Mercury's just at 0 degrees. So Mercury is still, for all practical purposes, conjunct that Neptune right now,
Yeah.
within 3 degrees.
Yeah.
And Chiron and the North Node still conjunct.
Right.
So, and then we have this, what we talked about last time, is this growing, we have an opposition now with Black Moon and in this north, this new moon and Black Moon Lilith are at opposites
Shit.
right now.
We're like right at opposites. We talked about that a lot last week.
Right. And that's because this is a growing, Black Moon is going to become more and more important over the next few months.
I love her so much. Okay.
She may help us to understand what needs to be exposed.
Yeah, man. Patterns. Pay
Right.
attention to your patterns.
What we need to look at, especially those things in Virgo, right? Patterns that we maybe do rotely, patterns that we don't even think about because it's just habitual. It's a
Yeah.
day-to-day activity.
Yeah.
So it becomes a blind side for us, because it's like what you do when you're driving and you don't even think about it. You just do it automatically.
Right.
So that's an area to take a look at. But I think we've got a really, I think it's lovely. I think this is a lovely new moon for making new starts in the new sign, especially with Mercury just now at 0 degrees of Aries. We're
Yeah.
moving into this is really a new start.
It's really pretty.
Yeah, I'm liking it. I'm liking it, just the looks of it so far. What
Kite
stands
like.
out to you? What do you like about it?
I like the kite likeness of it. I like how balanced it looks.
Yeah, we've got the Pluto and the Neptune in a harmonious aspect, and we've got the Sun and the uh,
Uranus.
Uranus, right?
Yeah.
Also in a positive aspect,
Right.
which says that there's a chance for whatever's being, I don't know, activated by Pluto to create a positive change for us, and this is being lit up right now.
Right.
Do you feel the
Feels like
change
it
coming?
feels like garden soil tilling next to the creek bed, kind of like
Oh,
preparation.
explain that. I like that.
Maybe it's because it's Taurus. Taurus and like just leaving Capricorn. Pluto finally left Capricorn. I don't know if I know how to explain it. What did I even say? What did I even say?
I don't know, maybe it's the Jupiter Uranus thing makes me think of those, flower beds, and maybe changing your flower beds around, because there's something really positive coming. There's a positive change that's brewing.
I think it's just spring. I think this is just a spring chart. And
Yeah,
that's
but
like,
I don't know how unusual the Jupiter Uranus conjunction is in
right.
sign of Taurus.
It's
I mean,
got to
we get
be
a
like
Jupiter
hundreds
Uranus
of years.
conjunction
Yeah.
you know, every so many years we get Jupiter Uranus conjunct, probably um every year, because Uranus is, or Jupiter has a year cycle. So
Okay.
it's going to hit Uranus once a year, but it's not doing it in Taurus every year.
Right.
So there's something potent about that garden analogy, right? Because that's the Taurus. And I'm really feeling this plant your garden metaphorically as well as physically.
Well, yeah, Chani did say today that this is the last new moon before eclipse season, and so it's the last new moon to work with. So it is tilling time. Get some seeds in there. And I'm just seeing a little hoe. I just said it's a garden hoe. It's like kind of like a kite, but it's a garden
Yeah,
hoe chart.
yeah. And you know, the Mars fits in with that, because notice we've got Mars in a tight square, you know, that's within 1 degree of
Yeah.
Uranus. And Mars is a sharp implement. It's in
Yes.
the hands of the people. And
Right.
Uranus is in the sign of the lands.
That's
And
right.
that's definitely a sign of spring. That's tilling. That's using those sharp implements
That's right.
to till at the ground so we can grow big things, with Jupiter coming up behind it to
Right. It's
um yeah, to make those seeds really grow.
it's a chart for tilling.
Yeah, a fertility chart even. See, well, because you've got the moon, the new moon is such a potent sign of new beginnings. And coming up on that Neptune, which is coming to a potent place in the sky at the end of Pisces. I don't know, Neptune rules Pisces. I'm feeling the potency of Neptune right now. Let's put it that way.
How are you feeling it? Can you share that?
In the creative explosion. So it's not, for
Oh,
me, it's not just, you know, the tilling, it's there's like 100 creative, not maybe not 100. There's a bunch of different creative projects that all I feel pulled towards.
yeah.
And the creative projects seem to be the biggest draw, you know? And
Are
even if
they
it's creativity of cleaning out your
underground?
closet. Say
Say
again,
that. Shit, you
Zoom.
go.
Even if it's just the creativity of like cleaning out your closet or rearranging your shoes, you know, there's still this buzz of creativity.
Okay. You're meaning like that life force that's sometimes still like buzzing underground and sometimes bursting. Is that what
Yeah,
you're
and I'm
feeling?
also thinking of Neptune in that, in the way of um imagination,
Ah,
right? It can be nebulous, it can be confusing, but it can also provide us with an imagination to um, you know, come up with new ideas.
right. It's that like lots of possibilities moment,
Yeah.
not the
Or
decision-making moments so much.
right. Or as Carolyn Casey says, it lays the tracks for the train of reality to follow.
Oh,
Right? We
that's
have to
nice.
imagine it before we can, you know, actually create it.
That's right. That's right. So be careful, kids, what you spend your time imagining, because it will
Especially
get
with Black Moon there.
created. It will get created.
Give us some Sabian symbols here. I'm really still, I know we've been at 17 degrees now for Chiron for a while, but would you read that one again?
Okay.
It's so activated here.
Okay. Aries. 17 Aries. An empty hammock.
Trying to have a good time here and fell out of the hammock.
Well, you must be having a good time. Why would you get out of your hammock if you've got
Empty
one?
hammock. Oh, that's something interesting to mull over, isn't it?
Empty hammock.
Empty hammock. What's its opposite? It's at 17 Libra.
Oh, good question. Because that's North Node, is an empty hammock. Shit, it's like, get to work, people. It's time to till. Pachamama's like, get busy, kids. 17 Libra. Two men placed under arrest.
Oh, wow.
South Node.
Interesting.
I've never seen that symbol before.
Yeah, that's fascinating.
I don't feel like that's ever come up before.
So in some
Weird.
way, this healing and moving towards something, the moving towards might mean getting out of your hammock and boogieing before you get arrested.
You never know what's coming. Black Moon Lilith.
Ah, yeah, there's nothing to mull over. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that one.
Like, can you imagine? Best case scenario.
Yeah, Libra being the sign of justice, weighing the scales. So South Node, letting go of something, somebody might be letting go of some freedoms.
Ooh, somebody might be letting go of some freedoms. Shit.
Yeah.
Can I just say National Guard and the subway stations? Seems super not cool. That's my political
Yeah.
rant.
Yeah. Well, there's the mundane, there's what's going on in the outer world, and then there's also what's going on in our own personal
Right?
lives. And
Two people pulling
sometimes the
opposite routes.
symbolism just fits perfectly and you can't help but notice it.
Or somebody got caught. Ooh,
Right.
somebody got caught.
Somebody got caught. And yeah, that might be a big letting go, a big
Yeah,
letting go somewhere.
yeah,
Right. Somewhere
yeah.
in that Libra house, there's a letting go, and that might feel like a loss of freedom.
Ooh, lots of freedom.
And that can happen in a lot of ways.
Or lots of relationship.
Right.
I forgot that the
Or
South
just
Node has been in Libra
or
for a while.
personally letting go of something that's making you feel like a prisoner. That could be like quitting something deliberately, changing a diet,
Yeah.
um, deciding not to, you know, do things for other people anymore, which is a very Libran thing to do things for yourself.
Because look, Mickey, Mars is trying the South Node. So we should be using Mars to cut things away.
Mars, yeah, might be very helpful in making it. How far is that? 12, it's 12 degrees exactly.
No, it's
No,
20,
Mars is 20 and it's
right?
17.
At
Sorry. I'm
17.
looking at the minutes. Mars is
Oh,
20, 17, so it's within 3 degrees.
yeah.
But now Aries is the north node and Libra is the south node.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Right, yes. So
Mars is trying the South Node. So Mars as cutting instrument, letting go of those things.
it's a real interesting analogy. I have to mull over that one for a while.
Okay.
Let's come back to that one. I'm curious to think about that a little bit, especially in the sign of the people. Again, that Mars being in
I'm
um,
gonna, I'm
a
gonna look at
strong
Mars.
square with Uranus. There's a change coming that's being driven by the power of Mars.
Okay, so Mars trine South Node, but square Uranus. What's Mars 20 Aquarius?
Try North Node. Try North Node.
I already did the North Node.
Yeah,
Didn't I read that already? Chiron? The empty hammock.
right, exactly.
Yeah, yeah. I'm looking at 20 Aquarius.
Oh, I see. You're saying it's trying the South Node and sextile the North Node. That's what we have here.
Yeah.
Right.
Mars is in good position with the nodes.
It is
That's my point.
absolutely in good position with the nodes.
South node is somebody got caught. Two people got caught. Somebody lost some freedoms. North node is a woman disappointed and disillusioned, courageously facing a seemingly empty life.
Ooh, read that one again.
That's Mars.
One more time.
A woman disappointed and disillusioned, courageously facing a seemingly empty life.
It's interesting.
That's harsh.
Uh-huh.
Definitely, she cut some shit away.
Right.
That lady cut some shit away.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Real. Right. Seemingly is a key word there too.
Seemingly empty life.
Yeah.
Because you cut some shit out that didn't need to be there anymore. Just makes
well,
room
and back to the
things.
garden, you know, it's hard to prune back. It feels like you're hurting things when you prune them back, and yet that's the only way to get the growth.
It's true. It's true. When I get around to cutting out all the dead shit around my garden, it's going to look real empty. But you just got to give it some time. And then it's going to be full again in a few more months.
It rejuvenates. There's a rejuvenation from the cutting. And that's where the Mars can be really positive because, you know, in cutting back, even cutting things down to the roots so that they can spring afresh.
Right.
Especially in the house of the people.
Yeah. Spring is a good time for an uprising.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got some clear cutting out to do and a clear change coming.
Right.
That's what I feel is I feel sure there's a spring thing, but there's a humming in the background that I really think is from the Jupiter Mars
right
getting close.
Let's look at Taurus. What degrees? Jupiter 12.
Jupiter's 12, Uranus is 19.
Jupiter is a porter carrying heavy baggage. That feels accurate.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of heaviness in the world. And 19. Wisps of clouds like wings are streaming across the sky.
That's nice. We had that before.
Yeah.
It's a slow moving planet. Now we also have a sextile with Saturn and Jupiter. So
11 Pisces.
Yeah, that sextile shows with that heavy baggage there that this could feel like some work, but if you can put the work into it, it may create a very beneficial change. What's 11 degrees of Pisces where Saturn sits?
An examination of initiates in the sanctuary of an occult brotherhood.
Uh-huh. This is a test, folks. This is the test of your internal broadcasting system. Are you awake? No, I do. I think especially with Mercury on Neptune, that's exactly what this is. This is the test of your internal broadcasting system. Are you awake? Are you awake to your own needs, to your own self? What do you have to get rid of there in Pisces that's going to go anyway? You better let go of it willingly. And what do you need to move toward that's the healing in Aries? And it doesn't need to be physical healing. This could be healing a relationship. This could be healing, you know, your finances or healing your, you know, fixing your house that's got a hole in the roof or something.
Yeah.
So there's a real need to turn a corner with Jupiter approaching Uranus. And I think it requires us to like buckle down and pull the load.
Yeah.
It's like, this is not the time to go, oh, let's go on vacation for a little while. This is the time to like, no, you know, put that Mars into action.
Right.
Use your energy, get to work, cut something out that needs to be cut out, and focus your Saturn.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think you
And doing
said it.
that could lead to a really positive change. That change is coming up April 20th. That's when the Jupiter Uranus conjunction is. So right after the two eclipses.
Sweet.
Yeah. So if we can make it through this eclipse hurdle, so our next moon is an eclipse,
Hmm.
and the moon after that's an eclipse, and then we're going to have this lovely conjunction of Saturn and Uranus.
Jupiter and Uranus.
Oh, sorry, please, thank you. Jupiter and Uranus. So I kind of my personal sense is if we can put some real Saturnine focus and Martian energy into something that may be healing, especially something where we can vocalize, talk about Mercury, about the beliefs or the possibilities, the dreams, we might be able to actually accomplish those dreams after some hurdles.
Yeah.
There's some hurdles coming too. The eclipses.
Nothing's easy.
Yeah. Anne Orley likes to say, the eclipses are coming, the eclipses are coming.
Oh, yeah. And we can see some of them from close to where we are. Like we could drive and go be in the totality.
Yep, exactly. It's really only a few hour drive from us. It's going to be across the entire United States, like the one was in 2017.
Yeah, that one was so great. I
Yep.
still think about that one.
So this is going to be very visible and impact a lot of people directly in the United States and around the world.
Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah. But this moon, I really still think this is a really opportune time to put intentions out there and think about what you want and how much you're willing to put into getting what you want and what you want to let go of in that Libra house.
Yeah, I think is you really got to think about what you're going to let go of to open up the space for what you want.
Give us one more symbol. Give us the I'd like Venus and Neptune, if you would. Venus is 28 Aquarius.
How did we not look that up already? So sorry, my lady. Butterfly emerging from a chrysalis. What?
That's what we need.
Oh my
And
God.
that requires some work, they got to get out of there, they got to unstick. There could be
Oh,
some. Go ahead.
well, it's the chrysalis is like so hard. The change is so hard. You got to turn into goo. You literally have to turn into goo in order to come out from being that stupid fat little caterpillar to the gorgeous butterfly. It's
I
ridiculous.
love that that's sitting at the end of Aquarius in the house of the people.
Come on, Venus. Sorry, lady.
Yeah, it's harsh, but it's the eventual emergence is lovely.
Yeah.
Right?
There's
Pretty
beauty
nice.
at the end of the tunnel. Okay, and then what else did you want?
Can we do 27 of Neptune?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I should know that one. But
Sorry,
it's in the
27
South
Pisces.
Node. A fertile garden under the full moon.
Yeah. See, doesn't that seem right? We're back to
What
our
a nice
garden
way to end it.
symbology. Uh,
Oh, man. Just stick
so
with
home
Neptune and
to,
Venus, people. That's what I'm going to say. Just stick with Neptune and Venus.
yeah.
Nobody else matters right now. Just be your dreamy, lovey, fertile garden, butterfly chrysalis selves.
Yeah,
And let go and let God.
right. Plant the seeds, make sure there's plenty of fertilizer, right?
Better yet, let go and let Mars. Let go and let Mars take care of that
Yeah.
shit.
Mars can help with the fertilization.
The slaughtering of things that aren't needed anymore.
And the tilling of the ground. There's the
The
plow
tilling of the
right
ground.
right down there,
Right.
right for us
That's
to
right.
put the seeds in.
The
Yeah.
seeds prefer a little bit of tumultuousness in the soil.
Yeah. Yeah. The seed has to break open just like that butterfly has to go through that transformation.
Fucking butterflies and their chrysalises.
Well, I think this is a lovely moon and a really nice start for maybe a kind of tough month, but on the other side of this month could be a very different place.
Definitely a different place.
Yeah.
And then it's eclipse season. Dun dun dun.
Da, 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 da.
All right.
All right.
Happy
Well, I
new
think it's
moon.
lovely. Yeah. All right, you guys have a wonderful new moon in Pisces.
See you in a couple weeks.
Bye.